make the strings
red and shiny. Alright, what's up guys? Today, I don't know what part this is of the Supra, but basically should be paint day. Technically, before the end of this video, I should have this thing painted. But so today, before we could get it painted, I need to go ahead and sand off all of this little overspray, as well as basically the whole car again. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get some 400 grit and start wet sanding. So on a block, just to keep it nice and smooth again, I'll kind of finish it off with some 600, but it will be going down to I will be putting like a sealer on it, like a two-part like sealer with a hardener in it, basically same thing that I did in the door jambs before I spray over that. So yeah, I guess let's get started.
People say you have to have a lot of passion for what you're doing, and it's totally true. And the reason is because it's so hard that if you don't, any rational person would give up. It's really hard, and you have to do it over a sustained period of time. So if you don't love it, if you're not having fun doing it, you don't really love it, you're going to give up. And that's what happens to most people, actually. If you really look at the ones that ended up, being successful, unquote, in the eyes of society, and the ones that didn't, oftentimes it's the ones that are successful loved what they did so they could persevere when it got really tough. And the ones that didn't love it quit because they're sane, right? Who would want to put up with this stuff if you don't love it? So it's a lot of hard work, and it's a lot of worrying constantly. And if you don't love it, you're going to fail. So you got to love it. You got to have passion.
All right, so I got the quarter panels and the roof all squared away on this thing, and tell you what, she's smooth. So you can see the kind of the different shades of primer. That last coat of primer I did on is a little bit whiter, a little bit lighter gray, and then the one underneath it was a little bit darker. So you could kind of see where even it kind of blocked it out still a little bit. So basically what I was using is this 400 grit on this 9-inch Durablock right here. And basically wrapping it around and then kind of, flopping it over and getting, good edges on it again, or new paper. So which works out pretty well because you can get about 3 sides on that. So yeah, I'm using the big block for the big flat panels, obviously like the roof and the big spots of the quarter, kind of using that little like softer one for, a little bit of the stuff right here, but still trying to block it out a little bit with the big one. But I mean, looks super straight. I mean, it's about ready to getting damn close to painting. I mean, as far as the body should be 100% ready now. The only thing really need to do is block out the doors, sand the rear hatch, the fenders, and the hood, which is actually like more work than doing this stuff. But as well as the body kit. So it's gonna be kind of a pain. So I definitely got some sand in ahead of me. I'm definitely glad I put on that last coat of primer or that primer right before I painted the outside, and then glad that I didn't actually wet sand the whole car, because it would have kind of been a waste, because it kind of built up, like a layer around the edges, and it was nice to be able to kind of blend it in, and smooth it all out at once, and instead of doing it twice. And then especially with the clear coat being a lot harder on there, it would have definitely sucked to try to feather that out into some really thin primer if I would have only had, I sanded all the primer off it essentially. But yeah, and then same thing with this. You could see where these guys were sitting on the stands right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and block those guys out. Kind of the plan is for tonight, as I would like to get the doors and the fenders done, and then tomorrow I could do the hatch, the hood, and then the body kit, and then we should be ready to spray tomorrow night, which tomorrow night is Wednesday night. You guys are probably watching this video on Thursday. So if you guys are watching on Thursday, we're getting some paint done. But yeah, I'm super pumped about this color. I just want it on the rest of it. Let's go.
Television for the man. Teach you where you stay spectator. sea. Oh yeah, you can either choose to swim or surround yourself with water and let it take you in. If that's something that you...
Alright guys, that's where I'm leaving her for tonight. I still need to do this little piece on the hood, but yeah, the whole car's sanded, fenders, doors. Still need to do the rear hatch, and then the body kit tomorrow. So like the front bumper, rear bumper, little side deals and the side skirts, as well as the little like the mirrors and the door handles, and probably some other random things that I'm gonna figure out. I needed to actually, oh, the gas door. A couple of you guys were telling me about the gas door, but yeah, if you guys can't tell, I've had a little bit more of a day schedule recently. You know, with Jamie and the baby in the house and everything, it just works better. You know, me kind of working on stuff during the day, which is, you know, my main reasoning for doing the, like night work most of the time was just the, you know, because it's so hot during the day. But now it's actually not bad here, that it's cooling off for the fall here in Colorado. But yeah, tomorrow should be the day. I don't know, but see you guys tomorrow. All right, back at the shop. Well, I guess it's tomorrow, and I'm back at the shop. So today should be the day. I got some paint booth filters coming for Brandon's booth. Some brand new ones. Make sure this thing comes out minty fresh. But as you can see, still got some guide coat on here. Basically got that whole side of it wet sanded last night. But yeah, I got to do this thing. I need to find the door handles for it because I lost them, and then the Gandor mirrors, because I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to end up going with. I don't really think this color will be too big of a pain in the butt to match later, just because it seemed like it laid out pretty even and there wasn't a huge difference between like 2 and 3 coats on it. So I think I might be okay if I ever had to go through and repaint something again. Let's say like a mirror or like a door handle or a wing, or, you know, a little side skirt or something. So that's kind of the plan. The other thing is, where's the side skirts at? So the side skirts are right here, but one of the things I wanted to do to them is once I get them painted is actually paint the bottom of them black. So like that bottom line right there, so that'll be nice and black. I feel like they kind of look funny when they're all one color, and then basically the bottom lip as well. So you can see that right there. There's like that little line right there, so I want to paint that black too. So that'll be another, you know, part of the process when we are painting it. That might be kind of a pain in the butt because you can't really tape on this clear coat for a while. So in order to actually get the color, so I don't know if I'm gonna have to base coat it and then just tape the whole bottom. But I just don't want like too thick of a buildup going on there to where there's like an actual like line that you could fill. But I don't know, we'll figure it out. I guess I just gotta get sanded now.
If that's something, show me where to go. And I will give myself to you. I will give myself to you. If that's something that you wanna know, if that's something, show me where to go, and I will give myself to you. I will give myself to you.
Alright guys, so we got the bumper, rear hatch, doors, and hood on it. And so yeah, getting ready to roll it over to the spray booth and then get it all wiped off and masked off basically in there before we go in there. We got the fenders I'm going to put on it as well. And it's going to be, I guess, a little bit complicated, like masking this whole thing off, because we have to do the, you know, under the, basically the engine bay and everything. Now that I think about it, it would have probably been a better option, since Brandon said this color probably wouldn't be too bad to actually do separate. If I would have been able to just do the whole car at once, not the whole car, but like the whole shell of it. So basically no hood, doors, or rear hatch on it, and then just did all the body panels, you know, like the hood, the doors and the hatch and everything all separate. and that might have been a little bit easier because then we wouldn't have had to worry about masking everything off so many times. But yes, we're gonna roll it over to the booth and hopefully get something done.
If that's something that you wanna know, if that's something, show me where to go, and I will give myself to you, I will give myself to you.
She's in the booth. Yeah, we just gotta get this thing wiped down and basically wipe all the slurry off it. Need to kind of figure out, I guess, how much space I'm gonna have in here as far as doing I think I'm gonna have to do the rear bumper off of it, maybe, just because of this hatch, unless I'd leave the hatch kind of popped up a little bit, which might be an option, but I don't know, masking this thing's gonna be kind of a pain in the butt. Uh-oh. Something's red and shiny. So, yeah. Got her all sprayed. Tell you what a day, night, morning, whatever the heck this has been. I pretty much got to the shop yesterday at like 10. I started sanding at 11, basically sanded until like 7. And then pushed this thing over here into the booth, cleaned it up, started masking it, you know, that whole situation. And I think I started painting it at like 1 or 2. And here it is, like 5:15 in the morning. I got everything all cleaned up and paint gun and everything all good to go, all my crap out of the way. But yeah, it got a little bit of, you know, a little bit of dirt in it. Some bugs flew in, I guess, when I opened the door, and you know, but overall it looks pretty decent. Definitely will need to a little bit of a cut and buff. So I guess the plan is on this to go ahead and do a, I put 1 coat of clear coat on it. So basically we'll sand that off and basically get all the panels flat again, and then re-clear coat it once more. And then after that, sand it again and then polish it. So that's, I guess, kind of the next plan after it. So we were initially gonna do I was initially gonna do, you know, the side skirts, the front bumper, rear bumper, little side spat things, the mirrors, I mean, just absolutely everything all at once. But as you could tell, I mean, it would have been pretty crowded in here, even with this thing in here. It's not too crowded, but, you know, this thing on top of 2 other bumpers, and it would have just been a complete nightmare. So I know it is a candy paint, so it's definitely a little bit different to spray. This is my first time ever actually spraying it, you know, spraying a candy myself, other than the door jambs on here. But since it's kind of a factory color, and you know, PPG made it kind of in their own little formula, so I think they make it a little bit more forgiving. So, you know, I did 2 coats or 3 coats of base coat, and then the 1 coat or 2 coats of the transparent red clear, and then 1 coat of clear coat on top of that. So as long as I'm able to replicate that pretty good, we should be good. So I don't know. I've seen a couple little spots in the candy. I think it's a little off in some spots, you know, like a little uneven. But I think kind of once you get out in the daylight, you know, all that'll go away. But I don't know. I'll check it out tomorrow and see what I think. But oh man, today's definitely been a ton of work. So I might go ahead and turn this video into a part 1 and part 2. So I hope you guys enjoyed part 1 of actually painting the Supra. Part 2 will be me kind of, you know, going over all the other little pieces and painting those things as well. But you know, I guess for the most part, the Supra is painted. But it's definitely a long road ahead of us, especially, you know, paintwork wise still, as far as the cutting and buffing and re-clearing this whole thing again. I mean, it's gonna be a lot of work, and I still need to order another 2J. Yeah. So I guess I'm gonna get out of here for the night, go home, try to take a quick little nap, and then come over here, and then I think I might start painting the other stuff tomorrow or the next day. I'm not sure. I'm kind of tired of painting. I might need to take a break from it. But again, appreciate you guys watching. If you do want to go to MotionAutoTv.com, we do have all the merchandise, you know, left over from the giveaway. All that stuff is on sale right now. So, you know, if you guys want to help a little bit towards the Supra fund, that's the best way. Support your channel, or support, you know, MotionAutoTv channel. And yeah, I'm about ready to fall over. So you guys have a good one.